shopgear.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
Listen up, rock soldiers. This is Robbie Vegas, and I want you to know that this show is sponsored by Unchained Muscle. For all your workout gear needs, shaker bottles, whatever you need, t-shirts, tank tops, men, women, shorts. There's even a spot on the website where you can go and they will donate a portion of whatever you spend to mental health charity. So I'm going to need you guys to check that out. Go there, grab your gear. That's going to be unchainedmuscle.co.uk. If you use code RVegas20, you'll save 20% every time you go to the site. So check that out. Make sure you support our sponsors. They make this possible. Thank you. Welcome back, rock soldiers, to All Bets Are Off with Robbie Vegas. Today we have a really cool show. We have Troy with us, bassist for Wednesday 13. This is going to be a lot of fun. Troy's been doing this for a while, and I know he's got a lot of cool stories and a lot to talk about. So let's not waste any time. Let's get Troy on the phone here and see what he's up to today. First thing I want to do is just thank you for agreeing to do this, man. It's very cool of you to do. I know you don't get a lot of downtime, so spending some of it with us is very cool, so I appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely, man. No problem.
So let's start at the beginning, man. How did you get started in music?
Man, pretty much. I started doing music in high school, and I was into I played soccer on the high school team and shit like that. And I've been into Gold Select stuff. Shit, I was playing since I was about 4 years old, and then started kind of getting older in high school and stuff like that. And the friends I was hanging out with were mostly the rocker cats and stuff like that. And they started progressively starting bands, and I was just like, wow, man, this is absolutely something I want to do. Always been a fan of live music and music in general. It's always been pretty much part of my life. My stepdad used to have just stacks upon stacks upon stacks of vinyls and stuff like that. So I just sit there real young and just blaze through everything from Black Sabbath, Charlie Daniels to a lot of the 70s heavier stuff like that. So it just when I got into high school, it was just something that I was totally I'm like, all right, this is what I want to do. So I just kind of started to attack it from there.
Oh man, that's awesome. So is your musical taste like a wide range, or were you always pretty much a rock and roll guy right from the start?
Man, primarily rock and roll, but I go all over the damn place. Everything from West Indian music to one of my favorite bass players is Paul Denham from Sade. He's just stupid sick. So it's everywhere country. I'm in Texas, so you kind of born in with Texas and Southern rock and stuff like that. But always pretty much primarily on the rock and metal tip.
Awesome, yeah. And now, did you always play bass, or did you start elsewhere and then kind of gravitate?
I started as probably about 14, something like that, playing guitar, but really just wasn't that good at it. So I can play all right. I can get by on songs and stuff, but really I kind of happened into playing bass. I had some friends from school that were starting up a band, and they needed a bass player. A buddy of mine, Mike, had a bass that he wasn't using, so he let me borrow it. And so I just kind of found my way into playing bass from that. And I'm like, you know what? I like this a whole hell of a lot more than guitar. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick with the bass guitar,
All right, cool. Fair enough. And do you remember how old you were when you started playing like live shows?
Live shows, 16, 17.
Okay, so you've been at this for a very long time.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing this for a damn hot minute, man. It was mostly starting out with, backyard parties and playing in people's living rooms, just everybody, who knows this song, and kind of just jamming out horribly with your buddies, and then just getting it. About 17 is when I started getting in the first band that I guess you would say I took serious, and like, hold on, we need to approach this, and let's write some songs, let's do an album, let's book ourselves as much as we possibly can. And so right about 17, 18 is when I started hitting the live scene and the live circuit and stuff like that.
All right, very cool. I know what you mean. It's just like musicians when you're teenagers, everybody just gets together and we're like, we can kind of play these songs. Why don't we just see what happens? And
it's exactly like, who has a bass amp? Who has a guitar amp? Okay, let's go to so-and-so's house and sit up in the living room. His parents are out of town, and we'll get some older dudes to buy some beer, and then we'll jam out and just see what happens,
Yeah, it's like a rite of passage. Like, if you don't do that, you're never going to perform anywhere else.
Exactly. It's kind of breaking it's like, holy shit, okay, I'm playing in front of people. All right, this is a whole different thing. This is way different than playing in my room.
Right, yeah.
But it's something you gotta temper yourself to somewhat.
Yeah, right. So what bands did you really look up to when you were growing up that made you say, you know what, I'm going to do this for a living?
It started with, of course, because I'm a child of the 70s, man, so it started with Kiss, and just kind of going, holy crap, look at this show. And they're space people and demons, and it's like, oh my God, man. That was probably my first wow, and like Wasp, I'm like, wow, man. It's like, all right, dude, I want to do this. I want to put on a show. I want to perform for people. This is kind of, and I was in, did little stuff in school, theater-wise and stuff like that. So I already knew I like to perform in front of people. It didn't weird me out or anything like that.
So you had an advantage there, because a lot of people have to get over that, but you were right in it.
Right, but it changes. I still get butterflies when we do shows, which is good. If you don't get that, fun rush and that, it kind of lacked out, and then it could get boring. So, luckily I still get a nice little adrenaline rush if we're, especially on the big festivals and stuff like that. It's like, oh damn, all right, that's tens of thousands of people out there. That's rad.
Right, yeah. That is huge. And how awesome is it that you loved Kiss and their theatrics and then ended up with Wednesday 13?
I know, right? It was kind of, that's why I kind of joke. I'm like, I get to kind of be a makeup wearing Kiss sort of dude every day. This is killer, man.
Right.
It's a nice full circle, I guess.
That's fantastic. How did that come about? How did you meet Wednesday?
Basically, I met Wednesday when Ramon was teching for him for a while, and they come through, and I met Wednesday there. I started playing with him after the Murder Dolls had kind of taken their hiatus and stuff, and I was playing in a band with Jason West, who was the last drummer in Murder Dolls. We did a project called Cult to Follow, which was him, myself, and Todd Conley from Evil United and Triple Daycare, and Brian from Union Underground. That was our little thing that we had done, and they had, started writing an album and getting the album out and started to play live shows, and the bass player that they were using just didn't work out, and so they called me. They're like, hey, you have any interest in this? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, when do I start? Let's do this. So it just kind of progressed from there. Went to LA, did some rehearsals, and then 8 years later.
Okay, all right, cool. And what was the first album that you were on for Wednesday?
First one I was on Spook and Destroy.
Oh, okay.
So that was the EP right after Calling All Eclipses.
Yeah, I remember that one. That's awesome.
And we just re-released that one on Napalm Records, along with another, 8 records, I want to say.
Oh, wow, they're re-releasing all of those, huh?
Yeah, nice. It's going to be killer. It's really cool vinyl, colored vinyl and stuff like that. A lot of the things previously hadn't been released on vinyl, so now everybody can get a chance to actually get those on vinyl. Really cool colors and corresponding stuff. Really neat deal, man.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to have to look into that myself. I'm a huge fan of you guys, so try to get all the collectibles that I can get my hands on.
Exactly.
So now sticking with how Wednesday loves horror movies and all that, are you in that same boat too?
Oh yeah, I always have been. I was a freaky little kid watching, Faces of Death and Halloween and Friday the 13th and Phantasm and, just anything I could. I was lucky enough to have HBO as a kid, so
right.
That rental store close enough to ride my bike to with, they didn't really do the, you got to be 18 to see this sort of stuff, or 16, so
right.
I just picked out all the Texas Chainsaw Massacres, and yeah, I've always just been a huge horror movie fan, pretty much my favorite genre,
If you had to pick a favorite movie from that genre, what is it?
Oh, God. I don't know if I could pick one, Return of the Living Dead's always up there, any George Romero stuff, John Carpenter stuff, I'm more in the 80s realm of the horror stuff, you know what I mean? I like the classics.
Yeah, I'd have to say that's the best.
I saw Exorcist on actually in a
Yeah, absolutely. That by far, I think, is the best genre for horror, or the best time period for horror was that time.
Definitely.
For any of the kids listening, yes, you used to have to go to a video store and actually get these movies. You didn't stream them on Netflix.
And try not to get charged the late fee because you forget to take the damn things back. But.
Right, of course. So we'll come back to Wednesday in a second here. Tell me about any other bands that you've performed with. Tell me where you started and kind of where we know what led up to Wednesday, but what was it before that?
Right. Like I said earlier, my first kind of project that was an actual band that was doing stuff around Texas at least was a band called Alienation, and we were pretty much that era of stuff. We were really into Sepultura and really percussive sounding metal. So we did real good around here. We never got out of Texas really. Bounced a horrible deal from here and there. But that was kind of my first real thing. I was with that for Jesus, man, from 17 till I guess I was about 27, something like that. And just touring around, and I did a band called Forever and Ever for a little while, and then the Cult of Follow I was talking about, and I still do Union Underground once in a while whenever I'm not touring and stuff like that, and we pop up a show. But that, I had pretty much a very long stint in each of the bands, so played in another band called 13 Muses, which was kind of something along the lines of math rock sort of stuff, weird, crazy Candiria, off-tempo stuff like that, but that was mostly ended up just being for fun.
Okay, very cool. And now you're touring constantly. Like you guys are always on the road, and if you're not on the road, you're usually recording. So is there a band that you haven't yet been on tour with that you guys really would like to, or maybe are in the future?
Man, I'd love to go out with Gojira. Would be a killer one. I'd love to go with them just so I could sit on stage and watch them play every day. I'd still love to go on tour with Manson or Rob Zombie. I think that would be a cool fit with the theatrics and stuff, and just have an all-around show. Alice Cooper, love to go on tour with Cooper. That'd be killer.
That'd be an awesome show to see.
But I'm saying, I'm down for, I'll play anywhere, anytime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely.
We're just trying to get, I'd like to, play and expand our audience some and be able to play to more people. So, play with someone that's pulling 10,000 a show. That'd be nice,
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Do you have any kind of like solo project ideas or anything like that coming up for you in the future? Is that something you ever thought about?
I've got a band I've been working on for about 10 years that every time I start kind of doing something with it, then I'm back on tour. So it's it's a Southern rock thing that I've been playing with for years and years and years. And I'll probably do it eventually, but I like to stay working, so I'm not really worried about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm content in what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I mean, you guys are really you're killing it right now. I've seen your show in a lot of different places, probably about 15, 16 times, and every time I see you guys, it gets tighter and better, and it's
cool.
just,
Thank you, man.
Yeah, absolutely. This lineup that you guys are right now is just perfect. So.
Right. And everybody, man, I'm really lucky that everybody I play with is fucking really talented, man, and cool people, man. I mean, that's I've known Ramon forever, and I've known Jason for 20 years now, and Kyle and Jack. It's just it really makes a difference, man, when you're surrounded by cool people that you really get along with as friends. It makes all the difference in the world, especially living in close quarters for 8, 9, 10 months out of the year.
It definitely shows when you guys are on stage that there's a bond there because everybody is just perfectly in sync with each other at all times. It's pretty awesome. And I noticed with you specifically, I don't know if the last show I saw was in Cleveland or Toronto, but regardless, you were just something else, a different level. It was I actually got some awesome pictures of you from that show too. I'll have to send them your way. But
nice, please. Yeah, man, I have, like I said, I consider myself really, really lucky, man. I get to do something I enjoy, with people that I enjoy, and a crowd, in front of a crowd that I enjoy. So I feel really lucky to be able to do what I'm able to do right now.
That's fantastic, man. I love hearing stuff like that. Funny story, I actually opened up for Wednesday twice, and both times you were not in the band yet, so I'm kind of bummed about that.
Well, that must have been a little over 8 years ago then, huh?
Oh, yeah, it was a long time ago. I think I was 21.
Right on. Yeah, I've been, I think I'm about 3 or 4 times the longest bass player that's played in Wednesday at this point. So I'm like, wow, well, shit, I must be doing something right. I guess I'm still here. So
yeah, right. Do you have a favorite song that to perform live, anyways, on any tour at all, that you just love? You can't wait for that one song to come up.
Man, right now it's really the new song we've been playing, Zodiac, that's going to come out on the new album. Man, I really dig what we've done on this new album. And it's just got some solid songs. We're taking it to a different level, a little bit of a curveball for people, which is, it's all right. Got to keep them guessing a little bit. Got to keep it interesting. You can't really reinvent the same wheel over and over and over and over again and not have it be boring.
Yeah.
So right now, like that. Keep Watching the Skies. I always like playing just because it's got a good groove to it. And there's just so many. We have such a back catalog. There's some stuff that is off of Condolences and off of Monsters of the Universe and stuff like that we've never even played live that I'd love to play. But there's time restraints. There's so much music to pick from. It's like, well, okay, and then we gotta keep in consideration we're building a show around it because we're really trying to take our show to the next level and have it be for lack of a better word, not theater, but a show, something good for the ears, something good for the eyes, and it keeps it really interesting.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of bands right now that do stuff like that. You guys are one of the few.
Right.
So,
and that's, if we had a huge budget, we would take it insane.
I can imagine.
We're working with what we can,
And it's working. It's working for you guys. It really is. So walk me through the process of how do you guys put together that set list? Is it just, does it all revolve around the costume changes, or how does that work?
Yes and no. I mean, since we're actually trying to set a visual too, then sometimes, of course, we have to keep the placement of the songs in the set list to something to where it's flowing smooth and it kind of makes sense, because it does variate. But sometimes, if something isn't working, and we do this, a lot. If something's not working, then we'll replace it with another song or switch it around and kind of get to where everything is in a good flow and to where we're feeling that it has a nice groove from beginning to end. And it's, like I said, it's an actual show.
Right. Okay. And you mentioned the new album, which I believe is called Necrophase, right? Tell me about that. When's it coming out? Are you guys still in the recording process? Is it just being mixed and mastered right now? What's going on with that?
Just being mastered. It should be out at towards the end of the year. Don't have a solid release date yet, but definitely towards the end of the year. And yeah, so I mean, we were actually listening to the mixes and stuff like that, and going back and forth with our engineer on this last Cradle of Filth tour, just kind of turn this up, tweak this, do that, just trying to spend. We actually spent a good amount of time on this album, which was really nice. We spent time writing it, we spent time recording it, we spent time tweaking it out, just trying to get the best possible product we actually can,
Yeah, absolutely. And now I'm going to put you on the spot because I want to hear one of your favorite road stories.
We're really kind of mild-ass dudes, especially these days, I mean, half of my favorite thing about being on the road really is, me and Jack do a lot of wandering, and going and
Yeah, absolutely.
So we spend a lot of times wandering around, trying not to get too lost, but seeing what really neat stuff we can find, and really utilizing where we're at, and not just sitting in the bus doing nothing,
Yeah, and I mean that's fantastic. How could you not? I mean, you guys are on the road so much. You're taking all that in,
Right.
Got to live your life.
Time constraint sometimes, but it's like I said, we're really, especially these days, man. We're out working. You know what I mean? It's we're not 25 years old anymore. We're not really looking to get wasted at the bar every night. And, that's just not our thing. So our road stories have kind of miled out to what cathedrals near us, man. They're a vegetarian place here. They're ramen,
See, that's cool though. I find that to be refreshing to hear. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Right, man. We especially these days, man. We take what we're doing very seriously. We wanna perform for the fans as best as we can. We want to feel good doing it and stuff like that. And man, realistically, you can't just be out being a drunk wreck every night and actually do justice to your music and do justice for your fans if you're feeling like fucking shit every day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I do. And what's your favorite place to play on tour? Do you have like a favorite city, or do you just enjoy going overseas more? What's your favorite thing?
Man, it depends, and it really depends on. I find a cool place in the States every time. Like, where were we at? We were in, I want to say, Charleston, South Carolina recently. Beautiful freaking city, man. Like I said, I kind of had a thing for architecture and older buildings and history and stuff like that. So I love playing there. I love playing London and England. I love Prague. Prague is probably one of my favorite places ever, go. Australia is beautiful. I still want to go to damn Japan, though I haven't been there yet. That's on my list. So hopefully, I would really like to get into Japan and South America. So hopefully in the next year or so, we'll be able to actually do that, and I can go wander.
I mean, you guys are pretty much taking over. Every time I check my social media, you're going to Australia, or starting another U.S. and Canada tour, or going overseas to play these festivals. And
yep, and it's we're about to start out with this run of Static X, which is pretty much going, give or take a month here and there, going till almost the end of December, I want to say, which I'm really excited about. I was a big fan of Static X and stuff like that. So I'm really curious of how it's going to be taken. Which I think it'll do good because it's a really solid band, and I'm sure they sound great. So it'll be a nice little nostalgic kick, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And now on that same bill, you guys are also playing with Raven Black and Dope, right?
And Dope and Devil Driver as well.
Oh, okay. That's a stacked lineup right there.
Yeah, big time. It's gonna be a killer show from beginning to end, man. I'm sitting here kind of twiddling my thumbs, going, "Is it June yet?
Yeah.
Hurry up, man."
So you get home from tour and you just count down to the next tour. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. I've got a couple online stores that I do stuff for, and so I just kind of keep myself busy making art and jewelry, and just kind of playing bass and just keeping the mind busy.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I'm going to throw a couple fun questions your way. So that's kind of how we're gonna end this thing on a couple of fun questions. Give me two rock stars that you would love to have dinner with, one living and one dead, and tell me why.
All right, Steven Tyler, just because he's been on my list of people to meet just forever. Because I think I don't know, just everything about that cat. He's a freaking icon, and he seems like he'd be a lot of fun to sit down and talk shit with and have dinner with.
I'm sure.
As dead, yeah, I think he'd be a freaking hoot. You know what I mean?
You're actually the second person to say that. So.
Right on. As far as dead, I would probably say. Let me see.
Yeah, absolutely. I should have saw that coming. All right, last.
You to pick from, you know.
Well, yeah, right. Last fun question here for you. If you had to build me a super group of your favorite musicians, a band of 5, who would you pick?
All right, let's see. Alive or dead, or all alive?
Alive or dead. It could be whatever you want, just your super group.
Super group. Let's see. All right, let me break it. All right. I think I'd say Chris Cornell on vocals. Jaco Pastorius on bass. Let's see. Guitarist. John Bonham on drums. Let's see. My favorite guitarist. Let's just go for, that's going to be a mixed match of fucking people, but let's say Stevie Ray Vaughan on one guitar and Ace Frehley on the other.
That is a crazy match, and I love it. Kiss is my...
I admire, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Kiss is my favorite band of all time, so, you know...
Awesome.
Anything to do with them, I'm always all about it, too. So when you said Ace Frehley, I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you know, and I've met Ace before, and he's just the nicest fucking guy. You know, it's just one of the only couple. I don't really get starstruck by people or anything like that, but you know, around Ace, I've met Gene before too. I'm just kind of hi, sure. Same thing with when I met Rob Halford. I couldn't really say anything. I was like, can I get a picture, sir? But you know, that's good. Those are idols. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I was like that the first time I met Wednesday, if I'm being honest.
Right on.
I was like...
He's a crazy Southern boy, man. You love it.
Well, I mean, I was like 21 and we were opening up in Rochester. And I was like getting my gear in and I was like, this isn't happening. This isn't my life.
Well, it's always good, man. You know, it gives you the thrill, gets your blood pumping, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So before we let you go, I want you to plug all your social media, tell us where we can buy, you know, the band's music and, you know, whatever you want to plug as far as what's coming up. This is your time to talk about whatever you want.
Sure, right on. You can check out our last album on Nuclear Blast, and the new one will be out, Nuclear Blast US. You can get the back catalog now on, actually starting, I think, next 2 weeks from now on Napalm Records. You can check us out social media-wise, Wednesday13.com or at Oracle Management. Everybody buy Schecter guitars and use Ernie Ball strings. And check me out on my Big Cartel shop, Troy D13 at BigCartel.com. And that's about it, man.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I truly appreciate it. I will be seeing you soon. I'm definitely coming out to that Raven Black and Dope and Devil Driver show. That's going to be really cool.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'll let you know when everything's posted, man.
All right, dude. I really appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you. And all right, everybody, you heard it here on All Bets Are Off with Robbie Vegas, Troy Doebbler. That was a fun interview. Anybody who is a fan of Wednesday 13, check out Necrophase when it comes out. Upcoming tour, Raven Black, Wednesday 13, Devil Driver, Static X, Dope. What a lineup. So definitely check that out. Look them up on, Spotify and your Apple Music. And before I let you go, as always, just a reminder to check the link in the description of the show for anybody who works out, just takes care of themselves, needs vitamins, and let me know what you think of Insane Labs. Try it out. Use my discount code RVegas30, saves you 50%. That is a huge discount. You have no reason not to take these things. I have never felt better. I've never looked better. So make sure you keep that going because that keeps our show going, and we appreciate you. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Cyclone Jones, and don't you forget that All Bets Are Off with Robbie Vegas is brought to you by the Gear Network shop at shopgear.com. You can do all your Amazon shopping there. Rock Soldiers, make sure you do what you're supposed to do. Shopgear.com.
Take me away. The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.